Hello friends, welcome to Literature Academy. In our today's session, we are attempting to make an overall analysis of the different questions asked from the Cultural Studies portion for 2020 NTA NET English examination. Let's look at how many questions have been asked and what are the different questions. So, I think there is no need of an exuberant introduction regarding the cultural studies because cultural studies is also an integral part of the syllabus for English and English UGC examination. Because comparatively, I just found that a lesser amount of questions have been asked as we compare it with the syllabus part called literary criticism and theory. Even though cultural studies is also so important, so as a net aspirant we have to exert equal importance for those given syllabus point of views. So I think let's begin our today's session. So the first question that is asked from the cultural studies portion for the shift 2 of 2020 NTA NET English examination is that which two of the following essays have proved particularly protective in the disciplinary practices of cultural studies? The given options are Laura Mulvey, Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema. Then the second option is Victor Shklovsky, Art as Technique, Sigmund Freud, The Uncanny, Stuart Hall, Encoding and Decoding. So these are the given options and we have to find out the two different essays that is particularly productive in the disciplinary practices of cultural studies. So we have to find out of these four options which are the two essays that connect with the stream of cultural studies. So the answer is that Laura Mulvey's Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema as well as Stuart Hall's Encoding and Decoding. So here I think let's make a brief introduction regarding these two personalities. That is, first of all, Laura Mulvey. Laura Mulvey is a British film theorist and she has propounded the notable idea called male gaze. I will just write it down that is, it is termed as male gaze, MALEGAZE. This is the notable idea propounded by Laura Mulvey, that is male gaze. And actually, as far as the content of this essay, that is Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema is concerned, it was written in 1973. It was written in the year 1973 and it was published in the year 1975. We have to remember the year also. So there is a probability for asking the years in which this particular essay is published or written. So we have to be so vigilant regarding the years also. So this essay was written in 1973 and published in 1975 in the British Film Theory Journal titled Screen. That is, the name of the journal is Screen, SCREEN. That is the name of the journal in which this particular essay was appeared. And it was one of the first major essays that helped to shift the orientation of film theory towards a psychoanalytic framework. There we can find out that is the film theory that is attempting to merge or attempting to move towards the stream of psychoanalytic criticism or psychoanalytic framework. So this is the content of that particular essay. So we have just found actually what actually it imbibes, the content or the subject matter of that essay and the years in which it was written and published and the writer Laura Mulvey, and it was really connected with cultural studies. And the second important essay is that Stuart Hall's Encoding and Decoding. Stuart Hall is a cultural studies scholar and the full title of this particular essay is that Encoding and Decoding in the Television Discourse. That is the full title of this essay, and mainly this essay offers a theoretical approach of how media messages are produced, disseminated and interpreted. So it is the content of this particular essay named Encoding and Decoding in the Television Discourse. That is, to make it more simple, Stuart Hall is attempting to portray that how the media messages are produced, how it transmits, and or collectively we can call it as a part of the process called encoding, then how it transforms and how it becomes a part of decoding, and how the complete message of that particular communication is decoded from the other part of the communication circle, and how finally it is being reproduced by the responses of the audiences. So it is the cyclical process that is propounded by the culture studies scholar named Stuart Hall. So I think this is all about the first question, and we have just found out that the option that is connected with the option A and option D. So the third option is the right. Laura Mulvey's Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema, as well as Stuart Hall's Encoding and Decoding. So let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following captures accurately the view of Frankfurt School of Critical Theory? Here it is asking that the statement or the view or the perception of Frankfurt School regarding the culture studies, especially regarded with the cultural studies. And the given options are: the culture industries instill in their mass audiences a capacity to question and transform. And the second option is that the culture industries engender passivity and conformity among their mass audiences. Then the third option, power and culture are two distinct modes of social articulation separate from each other. And the fourth one, the analysis of culture should be divorced from politics and power relations. And the correct option is the second one, that is the culture industries engender passivity and conformity among their mass audiences. So I think the important aspect regarded with Frankfurt School of Criticism is sometimes it can be asked from what are the different theoreticians or critics related with Frankfurt School of Criticism. First of all, the name, that is Max Horkheimer, then the Adorno. These are the two important figures regarded with Frankfurt School of Criticism, especially Max Horkheimer's work titled Traditional and Critical Theory. It's an important work by Max Horkheimer, that is Traditional and Critical Theory. Critical Theory, Theory. So the name of the text written by, or the essay written by Max Horkheimer is Traditional and Critical Theory in the year 1937, and Adorno's important work is Minima Moralia in the year 1951. The name can be written as Minima, M-I-N-I-M-A, Minima Moralia, M-O-R-A-L-I-A. That is written in the year 1951. So these are the two important works regarded with the figures Adorno as well as Max Horkheimer. So the correct option we have discussed, that is second option, the culture industries engender passivity and conformity among their mass audiences. This is the propounded idea given by this particular critical theory school named Frankfurt School. I think let's move on to the next question asked from the 2020 circle, that is, which of the following groups of words correctly states the stages of communication as envisioned by Stuart Hall in his essay Encoding and Decoding? As a net aspirant, we have to imbibe the real essence that Stuart Hall is an important figure regarded with the culture studies, and his monumental essay named Encoding and Decoding in the Television Discourse. As I think we have already made an acquaintance with this particular essay, and we have just found out the real content of that particular, that is a theoretical interpretation of how messages are produced and how it is being transferred and how finally it is decoded. These are the entire concept or the entire theme of that particular essay. So here it is being asked for find out the correct correct groups of words correctly states the stages of communication. That is the important aspect regarding this question. That is, we have to find out the stages of communication expressed in the essay named Encoding and Decoding in the Television Discourse. So the given options are production, transference, circulation, contact, reproduction. Production, circulation, realization, consumption, reproduction. Production, circulation, distribution, consumption, reproduction. Finally, productions, dissemination, transference, consumption, and reproduction. So, the correct answer is the production, circulation, distribution, consumption, and reproduction. This is the correct option. And there is also another important aspect or an important area in this particular essay. That is, there are three different positions of reading a text or understanding a message. That is, those important three stages are the dominant. First one, the dominant. The dominant stage. At least we have to understand the names of these three stages for the coming examination. I think there is a probability for asking particular questions from this particular area. And the second stage is named as negotiated position, and the third one is that oppositional. Oppositional. These are the three names of stages involved in this particular, in the last part of this particular essay. That is, dominant or hegemonic code actually enunciates that what actually the messenger or the sender communicates, that is completely decoded by the recipient. So what actually an encoder encodes, that is completely decoded by the real essence of that message is received by that particular decoder. And this kind of a situation is, if it is followed, then it can be termed as hegemonic or dominant code, whereas negotiated position means there is a mixture of accepting and rejecting. We are not blindly accepting what the encoder encodes. We can at least sometimes accept or sometimes we can reject. And the third option is the third stage is that oppositional position, where we can completely negate or completely oppose if there is mistake or wrongs from the all false from the part of the encoder. So these are the three different positions encountered in the last portion of that particular essay named Encoding and Decoding the Television Discourse. So I think let's move on to the next question. So we have to understand there are three questions asked from the shift 2 of 2020 examination. So let's move on. So we are just moving on to the shift 1 questions regarded with cultural studies. The question is that who among the following coined the dictum, the medium is the message? The given options are Raymond Williams, Irving Goffman, Marshall McLuhan, John Fiske. The correct option is that Marshall McLuhan. This phrase is coined by the Canadian communication theorist Marshall McLuhan. He is a Canadian communication theorist, and he says that or proposes that a communication medium itself, not the message it carries, should be the primary focus of study. So what McLuhan is intended or propounded is that the medium, he is not at all focusing on the content or the message, he is only focusing on the medium, and the medium should be the primary focus of study. That is the important aspect. The primary focus of study, the primary focus of study should be the medium. So these are the different questions. So there are around 4 questions are asked from this particular area named culture studies for the 2020 circle. So this is all about today's session, and we are also offering different online classes for NET JRF English as well as separate general paper 1 connected with the research methodology, logical reasoning, mathematical reasoning, logic. So all these ideas or all these subjects are we are just making classes for that. So if you are interested, please contact on our WhatsApp number, that is 7306639107. So this is all about today's session. So thank you all.